folks with disabilities were sheltered. They were hidden away from society.
Not given a whole lot of opportunity for growth, for experience.
You can look back at black and white pictures from even the 1960s in institutions and see people with disabilities really living in a horrific way. It might have been best practice at the time. It was terrible.
As a nurse at the Faribault State Hospital in 1923, Alvina Hammer saw the shameful plight of individuals with developmental disabilities. She and her friends opened the Hammer School, a home setting with a loving environment, a school that would focus on abilities, not disabilities. 50 years later, in 1973, a dedicated group of volunteers opened Northeast Residence at St. Mary's Convent in White Bear Lake. They offered the first respite care to families. Respite care was a new concept that these pioneering leaders started because of the significant need.
That's pretty remarkable that a nurse, a woman in 1923, said, I'm going to take these kids and I'm going to put them in my house and I'm going to teach them something. And we're still doing that. If you look at Hammer and NER like any movement, they both really started sort of grassroots with parents saying, my child needs something different.
For Sarah, when she was 23, she wanted to be just like Big Sister. I want some independence. I mean, I love you, Mom and Dad, but I need to be out there. I need to be doing things, going places. And Hammer has given her that independence.
And it really starts with families trusting us to take their loved one. They drop them off, they move their things in, and the family goes home to bed that night and says, oh my God, what have I done? And over time, we build trust. It really becomes a partnership.
The collaboration between them and us as parents is beautiful. We really feel the sense of team.
Once I was able to get Leslie into Hammer, it was amazing. The problems were mitigated, not only for my daughter, but also for us as a family. And it has been that way from day one.
When you visit a group home and you see the interactions between the folks who live there and the people who are serving them, you can tell that there's just a real genuine connection there and that people are really compassionate and caring in everything they do.
Hammer is really just an extension of our families.
All the staff there supports him in anything that he wants to do. Now, we can just be parents that can enjoy the company of our son.
I don't know how they do it, but they hire the most amazing people to watch over our loved ones.
Yes,
It's just awesome. I don't know what I would do without them.
He just has all the support to live the kind of life full of opportunities like everyone else.
She's gone on to do so many things that I would have never thought were possible.
She has a real sense of independence. She does bingo, she does holiday activities, so they'll go to sporting events.
David was there for a year, and then we had him go on a trip for Hammer Travel. He went to spring training, and he didn't want to go, and we kind of made him go. And dropping him off at the airport, I felt like it was my child. I was leaving, abandoning him. And he got off the plane. First thing out of his mouth was, I love it, I'm going back next year. So that's kind of the way we feel, like it was what we've gone through, and then seeing them thrive. It's like, check that off, we don't have to worry about them.
The world is starting to understand that we all have a place at the table, that people with disabilities, or regardless of our abilities, belong. Bringing people with disabilities in our neighborhoods and in our community gives typical people a chance to experience really who they are.
I think having the homes in the communities opens up to the communities, hey, these are people. They're just like everybody else.
People are becoming more and more aware that they can live productive and happy lives. I don't get the stares like I used to get. I actually get smiles, and I see people embracing people that we serve.
Just speaks to the connectedness that Hammer has in whatever community they're in, and being able to do that for 100 years, that just makes it even more special.
I remember going there, they would probably have one volunteer. Now, I have to call the manager to find out if I can come on a certain night now. So that's very awesome that I have to fit in their schedule.
The fact that people are stepping in to volunteer, and there's so many of them that you sort of have to wait your turn, people are believing in what we're doing and making a big difference. We're on a great trajectory. We know that no matter what happens to us, Alex is going to be in a place that he considers home.
As they age, they can age in Hammer. And that is such a relief as we are aging that we don't have to think about where can we put him next.
For the next 100 years, I'd like to see us continue really just pushing and making sure that we're giving people the chances and the opportunities that they deserve and that they want, and just continue fighting for the resources that we need in this field, because we know that without that, it's very difficult to continue to do the work that we all love to do.
We need to be vigilant. We need to protect the service level that we have for these folks, because we've seen if the legislation doesn't support it, it can easily shrink away.
I've seen Hammer have a stronger voice in places that really matter politically and in the community.
We've got a better seat at the table because we represent many people in many residences and the entire Twin Cities.
They, I believe, could become an excellent model for other group homes because of the forward-looking approach that Hammer and NER take.
When I look back, we've come a long way, but we're definitely just getting started.
They're always going to serve people with just this spirit, this love song, this joy of life.
We have proven over the past 100 years that there is nothing we can't do with the determination of dedicated and visionary leaders like you.